Hey guys, this is Matt Devine. Today we're going to discuss the top exercises that you can do at home to deal with back pain. So as a manual therapist, I see a lot of people who come in expecting massage work to remedy their pain, and often it yields a result, but for lasting results, exercise coupled with manual therapy is the best approach. So today we're going to go over some quick, simple exercises you can do in the comfort of your home to allow those changes to stick and to reinforce the work that your therapist does. The first in this series is going to be the half kneeling hip flexor stretch. For simplicity's sake, we're just going to do one version of the stretch. There are a number of applications that we'll go over at a later time. So to do the stretch, you're going to usually use a mat to protect your knee. You'll take a knee. You're going to have a 90-degree angle at both the front and the back knee. Okay? From here, you're going to focus on posture. With good posture, you'll do a slight pelvic tilt, so you tuck your tailbone, and you'll feel a pronounced stretch on the front of your thigh here, okay? Once you have the stretch, just hold it and relax. You can couple this with easy breaths. You can squeeze your glute and relax your glute, which adds another element, okay? So I tell people to hold this stretch long enough to feel an appreciable change in the length of the tissue. For most of us, that's going to be about 30 to 60 seconds. You can also count 2 to 3 breaths, nice and relaxed. That's another means. But you want to feel more limber when you finish than when you started, right? If there's any pain, you're stretching too hard, so you need to back off. The next exercise in this series is going to be our hook line glute bridge. There are a number of different ways to do this. Again, we're going to stick with the simplest version. So you're going to start in what we call hook line position on your back. Okay, from here, you can lay your hands down, you can cross them over your chest, squeeze your glutes, and then bridge up. Through your heels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And touch, okay? Re-engage, squeeze and lift, okay? You can have your hands out. You could go prayer hands at the top and down. And you just repeat this. Okay? If that's difficult, just stick with a shorter hold time. So 1/1000 hold and lower with control. You can count these out or do this for time. If you're counting it out, start with 10 to 20 reps, 2 to 3 sets. If you're timing it, start with about a minute at your own tempo, fairly slow, and you can build up to doing as much as 3 minutes of that. But it should strengthen your glutes, which kind of anchors your low back, and that'll allow you better strength and endurance in that area that will alleviate pain over time. The next exercise in the sequence is the dead bug exercise. So this exercise is designed to work on the anterior muscles, the front side core, whereas the glute bridge, we worked more of the back chain muscles. So to do this properly, you're going to get in the hook line position again. And then from this position, you're going to do a posterior pelvic tilt. So press your low back into the mat. Neck is neutral, and you're just going to lift one foot gently up. Lift the other foot, and then you can release yourself. And so you engage, tight, core is engaged, and then relax. You often have people feel their abs working or palpate in order to cue them to contract. You can also have your arms at your side. Cross, you can even bring them up. A more challenging version is the imprint position, which is the same thing. Now we're just doing it from a higher position. You can move the arms or keep them static. Increasing leverage further would be straightening the leg. So you can see there are a number of ways to do this. I would recommend you start out with both feet touching the floor and the knees bent, and then focus on really cueing those muscles to contract. You want to do somewhere in the neighborhood of 1 to 3 minutes of that exercise. If you fatigue early, don't try to force it, stop, and then re-engage for another set. Next in the sequence is the cat-cow exercise. A lot of you know this from yoga, so some specific points are you want to be in the quadruped position, all fours, and we're looking to articulate the spine very smoothly all the way from the crown of your head to your tailbone, okay? So quadruped is just going to be all fours position. Okay, from here you have good 90-degree angles and neutral spine. You're going to gently flex forward, keeping the arms straight, and then reverse that to extension. And repeat that. Range of motion should be low to pain-free, so you don't want to exacerbate any pain with this motion. Some people find the flexion to be problematic, so stay within the parameters of pain-free range. Not a ton of reps here, somewhere around 10 reps, 1 to 2 sets will be good. The idea is just nice, good articular control of the spine in preparation, and that will complement the other stability and strength work. The last exercise in this series is going to be the quad opposites exercise, or the bird dog exercise. And the intent of this movement is to work on the muscles around the spine and then stabilize the core in space, right? So what we're going to do is get into the quadruped position. Okay, from this position, we're going to keep our neck neutral, everything in line. We have our good 90-degree angles at the elbow, or at the shoulder and the hip. And from here, we're going to gently lift one leg up, lift the opposite arm up, and then focus on holding position. Reset to the start position. Same thing. Lift, lift, keep the neck in line, and then reset. So it's tough not to rotate. And a common error is most people get their foot too high and their arm too low. So you want your heel and your hand roughly the same height, and that'll be in line with the hips and the shoulders. In terms of reps, 10 to 20 reps. Sometimes you can time this for 1 minute to 3 minutes. If you want to do 3 minutes straight with maybe a 2 to 5 second hold at the top of each rep, that's really actually very good. So for simplicity's sake, I like a lot of people to set a clock and then forget about the time and just keep working until it expires. But this is a high payoff exercise, and it should complement the other work we've done. There you have it. 5 exercises that help lengthen, strengthen, and support the muscles around your core and low back. Over time, you'll see improvements in your pain and function. Attached to this video are resources including my contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me or any other therapist at the Teal Center for further guidance. This is Matt, and I'm signing off, wishing you all the best in health.